If you could build a toilet big enough to handle the butt of King Kong, it still would not have the capacity to flush taxpayer dollars as fast as they do in DC. It's incredible. And this special investigation headed by Bob Mueller is the next perfect example of the get rich scheme and the way Washington remains the richest place in the world. I was reading about this. I'd love to be able to get numbers. I can't, so maybe they'll come out at some point. But the first thing Mueller had to do as special counsel head is come up with a budget. Not because there's a limit on funds. Oh, no, it's unlimited, but they just need, because of policies and procedures, it needs to be on the books. Secondly, what really made me think about this video was I read recently that Mueller went out and hired 13 high-powered, big-time, expensive criminal attorneys to go after Trump and his folks. Now, all the conservatives, of course, are screaming, oh, it's a witch hunt. They're just trying to, which may be true. But for me, it's like, wait a second. High-powered, expensive attorneys, I'm thinking, number one, they're not doing this pro bono, even though, of course, it's for public service. And I'll bet, number two, that there's not a one of these men or women who spend much time on this that will walk away with less than $1 million in their pocket. I really believe that. And let me tell you something. If you were to give me $1 million, I would consider myself rich. But for these people in DC, this is chump change, okay? It's taxpayer dollars. They don't care. And so unlimited money, unlimited big-time attorneys. But what about the time? You see, if we in our jobs were given a task and they say, hey, we need this report turned in by so-and-so date, you think this limitation is on them? No, they can keep this going for as long as they want to. Unlimited money, unlimited expensive attorneys, unlimited time. I mean, it is a cash cow. Let me remind you how these special counsels work. You remember the Ken Starr investigation of Bill Clinton back in the 90s? I love asking people why that counsel was established. Almost all the time they say, oh, the sex Monica Lewinsky thing. No, it wasn't. It was set up because of the Vince Foster suicide. Foster had been a White House staffer, committed suicide. And of course, all the conspiracy theorists are like, no, he was actually murdered by the Clintons. Well, they had to establish this. And of course, it was determined that there was no crime and it was an actual suicide. So you'd think, okay, let's disband this group. No, it kept going. And of course, years later, they find out about Monica. But how much money was wasted on that? It's just incredible. I want to ask the protesters out there, whether it be the liberals who are protesting against Trump or it's the conservatives storming the stage at the Shakespeare of the Park in Manhattan or the anarchists, I don't care. But at the level of money wasted by DC, why are all of you not joining forces, marching the steps of the Capitol building and saying, hey, no more wasting our money? And lastly, you have to check your head at the bathroom door if you believe the spin and the line that is given to us about this, that it protects our democracy. No, it doesn't. You know who protects our democracy? This guy right here, me. Because every time I step into that booth and I pull that lever and vote, I am protecting our democracy, not them.